Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to continue talking about single dumbbell exercises that can be done anywhere. We are going to talk about the single dumbbell dead clean. We usually look at these things through the lens of economics. Two of something costs more than one of something. When people are moving into training, they want training that can be done anywhere, that can be done with inexpensive equipment and gets them the maximum amount of benefit for the least amount of time. This exercise is definitely in that category. Today we are using a hex dumbbell from Living Fit, which is a joint group from Kettlebell Kings. These are rubber hex dumbbells. What I like about hex dumbbells is they don't roll when you put them down. There are old school round dumbbells. When you put them down, oftentimes they'll roll away from you or they'll roll directly into your ankle. But modern equipment does get better over time. With this exercise, we are going to start with the dumbbell directly between our feet. You can think of this like a kettlebell thumb up hang clean. That's pretty much what it is, but our catching position is going to be different. 2 feet pointed straight ahead. You will see some people do wide leg and turnout. I don't see the need for that. I want you to think of this like a jumping position for box jump. That's basically what we're doing. Point 2 feet straight ahead. Have enough space between your feet for the dumbbell to land. If they were that close and you could make it work, that would be fine. I think slightly outside of hip width is really good for this exercise. Dumbbell on the ground, thumb points up or straight ahead. Grab the dumbbell, power up with your legs, and catch above shoulder. At the bottom, straight arm is important. When people are learning this, oftentimes they will start this with a bent arm and they will start to get injuries in their joints. We really want to avoid that because elbow injuries really suck. So those 2 feet straight ahead, arm perfectly straight, fire the lat, go straight down. When we start the movement, we are not starting with our arm, we are starting with our legs. Feet on the ground, all the way down, start working straight out of the legs. This is mostly a hamstring hip exercise, and when we catch at the top, we are going to be cross body loading. This is a very intense ab exercise with high volume. All the way down, power up using the legs, and catch at the top. We are going to extend our hip, rip our shoulder straight up, roll our elbow underneath, and catch. I want your handle to be parallel, the weight slightly in front of your shoulder or resting on your shoulder. Straight arm, start with the legs, power up, touch the dumbbell to the shoulder, hand parallel. Straighten your arm all the way out, reload, use the legs. Power up, catch, touch down, power up, catch, and touch all the way down. Usually people need to start with a light weight with exercises like this because many people will have trouble achieving arm lock, and that's where they're going to get injured. They are going to not control the weight down and they are going to snap it at the bottom and cause elbow injury. Think gentle, fast on the way up, slow on the way down until you figure it out. When you go down, thumb point straight ahead, lat stays on. At the top, hand parallel, weight touching your shoulder. You will see people do all kinds of versions of this. This is kind of the easiest one, but our arm is going to be moving in this path. Shoulder up, elbow underneath, drive up, catch. Wrist nice and flat at the top. If we're getting into this position and the weight is out here, we can end up with wrist injuries. I want the weight to set directly over this bone on this corner of your hand, and then this top part is balancing the weight. As people get up into higher speeds of this, they will start doing just the front tip touching down so they can save about an inch of depth and space. You'll see competition people do this where the dumbbell is tipped, get it all the way up, straight arm, touch the front edge down, catch, touch the front edge down, catch, touch the front edge down. Do whichever version your wrist will handle. People who do kettlebells, clubs, and maces tend to be pretty good at this. Other people who aren't good at kettlebells, clubs, and maces might find that that movement creates injury over time. As the weight swings around, they'll catch it in this weird way and they'll do some compression injury to this side of their wrist. This move can be a replacement for the kettlebell clean sometimes. Kettlebell clean is the most efficient way to do this exercise for long periods of time. And when we're using light to intermediate weights, we are making up for our lack of heavy weight by doing greater amounts of volume or greater amounts of complexity with this exercise with just volume. Treat this like you would treat hard style kettlebell snatch training. 5 and 5 inside of a minute. Do an EMOM, add volume over time so you can maximize your work capacity with a light to medium weight. You can put this into a program twice a week just as a work capacity drill and do 4 sets of 5 in the beginning with a weight, say 40 pounds. Go to 6 sets of 5, 8 sets of 5, 10 sets of 5. You could do all the steps in between and build up towards that 20 sets of 5 on each side. That is a lot of hamstring work, glute work, ab work, and shoulder work, even with a light to intermediate weight. This strategy is for light to intermediate weights. If you have really, really heavy weights, then you're going to get into treating it more like barbell. And when you rip it up, you're going to get that extension of the calf driving up onto the toes so you can come underneath and catch it and then lock out. You have to have pretty heavy dumbbells to require that. Most people aren't going to need that. So most people are going to think flat feet, point feet straight ahead, lock out at the top, rib cage down, volume cycles.